pretty good height. Not sponsored, by the way. Red Vine's fucking sponsored. Ah, first minute. I'm so bad at this game.
I'm getting better.
You've always been good.
Sweary.
You've always been good at the game. I've always been bad at it. And I really makes no sense.
See? Even though I swear like a truck driver sometimes, I know when to control it.
Yeah.
I stopped.
I'm gonna plug you though, real quick. You see that stuff right up your show right there?
Yeah.
Look how good those cat look. Hey, that's, you don't even work on that. That's like
No,
secondary goods.
that's just from everything else I make you do.
Yeah, it sucks.
Jumping. Bozus. You've learned to stay out
Dude, the Bozus.
trampoline. Yeah, see?
That was probably the best I've ever done, the Bozus.
Mm-hmm. You're getting the hang of it.
I think the two, like the couple week breakers, are probably good.
Yeah. For some of my clients, for some of that.
Right?
Like you can't leave. My
I don't-
posture went awful, my butt dropped into my thighs.
Well, I just don't get it. It's like, when I get 2 weeks out of you, I mean, you're still in my mind the whole time, which is annoying. If I sit to my side, you're yelling at me, you know?
Roll over!
And I'm like, I'm not even married to this bitch, and she's yelling at me at night.
Roll over!
Like, fucking Jesus.
You're mine.
So,
Yeah, everyone was a mess this week.
so when I sit, my chair has like a thing where I can lean down. I hear you in the
Bang it.
corner.
Don't.
What are you leaning back? What are you leaning back? I don't know, Adrian, because I want to be comfortable.
That's where he says, I want to sit like this. Forrest Gump, sit well straight. Why? I sit that way. Is that weird?
Well, when you sit weird, you're still flexing everything.
Yeah, see?
When we sit weird, we're,
I don't do the
we're letting,
amoeba
we're,
thing
we're
very
amoeba,
well.
yeah.
I don't do amoeba very well. Unless I'm joking, then I do it. I remember that.
I'm good now.
I'm amoeba kind of way.
I just had three packs of those deals,
Uh-huh.
a couple handfuls of cookies,
And some
three
pretzels.
handfuls of sourdough pretzels,
And lemon.
sips lemonade, 8 red
Starting to
Bullets.
feel human.
America.
Here we go. Starting to feel human.
And I like this good. Bah.
We can do that thing.
Which one?
We should do that.
Can I do it?
We should
Oh,
do it.
Do I duet you or do I just do it with you on the video?
No, we can do a video.
Okay. We need to start doing more.
We could do both. We could do a duet first, and then we could go, oh my gosh, we actually ran into each other and we did one together.
No, we
We
don't
could do
do
that.
this.
That's what I did. So you go, dun dun dun. Dun, 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 dun,
Or I'll pretend like I can't do it and I'll yell in the.
No,
Am I
you know
doing
you
this
do.
right? Ah!
You can do like dun dun, and they go dun dun dun, and they just go and fall back.
Yeah. It's amoeba.
See? That's content.
We're telling people on here. Thank God not as many people watch this.
No,
if they watch this
my,
one-
my TikTok peoples do,
Oh, I know. No, I said
but
not
they'll
as
wait
many.
for it. They'll like it. Just watch for it, guys, and make sure when you see it, you laugh and go, "Oh, I watched it on YouTube, and you'll love it." See? Go, she talked about this, and I heard about it. My loyal fans.
I know you really want to help me finish this because you want to go to the next. You were amazing. Thank you so much.
I was eating
You
these
can tell
on
I'm
the
working
plane.
out, and then I am the slave.
I was eating these on the plane, but I sneak it under my mask.
I can see you too because you
Like this, right?
when you're trying to hide something, you act like a fuck. You act like a little like
Dun
raccoon,
dun
almost like.
dun 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 dun. I don't
Okay,
even blink. See?
you're right. You win.
They're addictive.
All right.
Addictive.
So we've wasted 4 minutes just talking about nothing, which is fantastic.
Right, it's like Seinfeld.
Made it this far.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. You win $1 million.
Woo! Ding 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 ding, and the bells go off. Whistles.
We'll
Woo!
send you an email. Congratulations.
Congrats, congrats! You've made it this way. You didn't go. What is this? And turned it.
I'm actually impressed. If anyone watches past the 4 minute mark, I'm impressed.
Oh no! You now get.
I look at the
secret.
logistics and I'll see like 3 people and I'll be like, oh, those people were the gods here. So,
You'll get the secrets now. See, you want to go past a certain amount of minutes.
when did you start doing competitive?
I started competitive at 25.
And by competitive, I say competitive
Competing
bodybuilding.
on stage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you
By
have,
24, I started the training. Yeah, so like 24, 25 is when I got on stage.
between shows, Like, what did you do? What was like the process before a show? How long before the stage did you start working for that event?
I was mostly in shape all the time. For me, I had to put muscle on. Kind of like right now, I'm eating really bad. I never used to do that. Try to keep my muscle because I'm losing it because of my elder years.
Elder years?
So when I was younger though, I ate like more clean, and I used to be a gymnast when I was a kid, so I was clean eating most of the time, so it was easy for me. And so all it was getting enough food in for my activity level so that I helped muscle.
Wow.
And so it depends on how lean you are. Is it gonna be a 90 days, like 3 months, or is it gonna be, like is it 12 weeks or 8 weeks? So as I was competing, I got ready, the first time I actually took 16 weeks. So I did the 4 months. So the first month was actually trying to eat a lot and I was always eating, but I had to like lean out even more because your first time through of losing that body fat, where you have that thin skin, where like now I'm always vascular.
Yeah.
Thin skin where you see your veins like that, that's
Yeah.
what you want, is that low body fat. And even that, moving from Illinois to here, changed like even my blood, maybe because it's warmer here, and
Yeah.
so you don't have that layer. Like you look at swimmers, they hold a little bit more body fat than others sometimes, but then when you get like Phelps and that, and they start training a certain way, then they can lose the body fat a little cleaner.
Yeah.
So it depends. But yeah, your first one's usually 16 weeks, and then after that, I would get ready in less than 8. So I was ready for photo shoots and all that. But like the first 30 days was killer, depending on if you eat. Like my ex, when I was married, and he was a big bodybuilder, he would eat like Burger King, he ate all the stuff like I eat now. But when he would stop and start eating clean, he'd get a fever, he'd get the flu, he'd get sick, just switching that immune system.
Really?
And that first week was horrible.
Can it be the other way as well? Can you go from like, I've definitely like felt that where I've been eating like bad for a while, and like I've gotten over like that first like, couple weeks of feeling crap.
Right.
But then I went back to the chicken and the rice,
Mhm.
and I'm just like,
You feel bad again.
Yeah,
So
like,
what
man,
that
low
one is more
energy.
like a low energy, right?
Yeah.
That one's gonna be a low energy where you're just like, oh my god, nothing, because you're not getting the extra sugars, the extra fat.
Yeah.
So that's more of like a very tired, and then if you were around someone, moody. Like you'll be short and like, ah, like really like,
that's facts though.
yeah.
Bad
Especially the
stuff.
second week of it. I warned all my peoples like in that second week
Yeah.
of like a program.
As the kids say, no cap. Is that what it? No cap.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's really what it is like you take like that many weeks, and really what you lock in first is your food, and then your training goes from low reps and heavy weight to high reps and lighter weight, and not right away. So like you might be doing, like when people build, some do the 12, 10, 8, or some do the 15, but even that's why some of them do 10, 8, 6 reps. And they go that heavy, something that's so heavy you can only do 6, and that's when you do that kind of training. You first switch over and you do at least 20 to 30 reps
Okay.
of 3 sets. The other one's only like 1 set, and it's like boom, boom, boom. You do
Okay.
3 sets of 20 or 3 sets of 30. When you get closer to the show, you're doing like 3 sets of 100.
Wow.
You're dying. Like
Same
you're doing
weight, though?
squats, and people are just, yeah. You just pick a weight that you could do 100 reps, and you do 3 sets, and that's how you burn and you push the intramuscular fat out where you start to see striations.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and then your food is locked in. And the cardio, which unbeknownst to everybody in the world, that's the first thing they do. We do cardio kind of a little bit in the middle, but it's at the end, the last ditch effort of how do I get this little stuff off. Cardio is last, and that's what people don't do. In the normal world, they say, starve yourself and go do cardio. Well, that's why you have no muscle. The whole point when you do fitness or bodybuilding is you put all this muscle on in the off season, so to speak, so you look better in your clothes than out of your clothes. You just look like bulky, and they're like, oh, they're bulking up. And then you do all that muscle. Now the whole key is to start this process of leaning out without dropping the scale. You want inches to come down, not the scale to go down, because you want to catabolize muscle and look like a praying mantis on stage. All long and skinny. You want to try to hold the muscle and just take this off, the body fat. And that's the hard part. So last thing you want to do is like just run. You want to like
So
try to do
how many like
through
hours
food.
are you working like a day at that point?
In the beginning, you're like now adding, usually it's probably an hour and a half because if you do extra cardio, but when you get close to the show, like when you're in the second month, you do splits. So you do 2 workouts, one in the morning, one at night. When you get to the show thing, like that month, and then that's when you add cardio. You do a cardio in the morning when you wake up, then you do a workout in the mid-afternoon, that's about an hour, then you go back after your work or your whatever it is, and you do your cardio for another
Jeez.
45 minutes. And then if you're me, who is in fitness, you also someone there have a gymnastics coach that you meet and a dance coach, so you're doing gymnastics and dance for your routine.
That's a lot.
And then your food, like there's times I was eating 42 cans of tuna a week.
Would
You're
you?
eating 6 meals, and I was eating that 7 days.
Was it worth it for you? Not that you like regret it or don't regret it, but like,
Oh yeah,
did
for
you
me,
enjoy
like,
it?
for me, it's like the diet was nothing because I was a diet from when I was 5.
Mhm.
So the dieting was easy for me. For me, it was trying to get my schedule, everything fit because I worked on top of it.
Yeah.
A lot of fitness girls didn't work. They had husbands or whatever, man, money
Someone
other way.
around, yeah.
So they roll out of bed about 10, and got their little like coffee going, and then looked at their emails, whatever. Me, I had to get up at 3. That's what started at 3 a.m. to do my cardio, to start my work at 5.
Yeah.
And then at night, it's the same thing. You go and you're hitting the gym about 7:30, 8. Then you got to go home and make all your meals.
Do it over
And
again.
you got to do it over again in the morning. Get up at 3. Yeah, like my ex, I used to laugh because me, it's just a mindset of just do or don't do.
Yeah.
And it's nobody else's problem but you. So
That's
you
true.
don't like drag people in because it's
Yeah.
you doing it. So it'd be one of those where you hear the alarm go off and he kind of would lay there for a second, and I'm like, he needs to get up because he's supposed to do his cardio first. Like he's supposed to get up. So I kind of like grab like on this part here, guys, right here. So I grab and I go, this is gonna look really pretty hanging over your posing suit. He's like, oh. So then he'd sit up, and I got that part. So then he'd sit up, and then you know how guys are gonna sit, and you kind of rub your face, girls, and you just kind of go like this. Okay, he would do that, and then I'm like, by the way, the person you're standing next to on stage, he's already been on the bike for a half hour. Oh my God! And he'd get up, and then I hear the bike. And so I always think like that anyway. It's like if you're doing more, someone else is doing more. If
Yeah.
you're doing better, they're doing even better. So like right when I feel like I'm gonna give out, that's that athlete mentality. When I'm like, I just don't think.
Which is funny to think about that. I just want to cut in real quick on that. I love that moment, that conversation. Like, there's always someone doing more. I wonder what the person's doing the most feels like.
You're a robot. That's what I've always done.
You might have actually been the one at some point doing the most.
Yeah.
I actually significantly believe that.
Well, I was known as the girl. When I showed up, they're like, she's here. My routine, I did Austin Powers, yeah, baby. But I did a no-handed, like I turned, did no-handed back tuck, but I landed in a push-up. And then flipped, and that was the yeah, baby. I jumped into crowds, jumped up and did a straddle, but it's called Shishanova, which means the straddle in the air, I turn, land in another push-up, do a front flip, drop in a split, and a bicep. That's how I started the routine. But that first back flip, laying in a push-up, you don't know where you're gonna land as a cat. You just feel the ground, and you land. And they were like, oh my God, that girl's here. She's tall, and she does that back flip into a push-up.
Which
Yeah,
that's
known for that.
that's the win.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the thing was whatever. I just want
But
to see
that's how I
everything
got
back
double
quick.
hernias, because it's on
Yeah,
cement.
yeah.
No mat, you're in
Scrub.
cement. Yep. But no, that's the thing with me is like the second, and I even tell people that's how I know athletes. Is like when I say, well, I just can't. I go, say it out loud. Say out loud, you're done, and I can't do it. Some people, let's go more. Some just do it and they're done. That's how I know you're done.
Yeah.
For me, you won't be able. I can't say that. I never have in my life.
Mhm.
I will do it. I pass out. Those words never come up. I go down.
That's crazy.
See, that's a mentality. Never
Well,
know.
I mean, I've been both, so that's the crazy part. Is like you might even almost not even be able to be empathetic to the other side because it's like you've never even seen what the rest of us live like. Fucking
No, because there's no
amoebas.
fear. And
Yeah.
There's no pain tolerance. There's all pain tolerance. There's no pain threshold as far as stopping me. Like
Yeah.
right when you feel that almost engages you more in your endorphins, and then I go for it. You look at the Olympics, you look at any big type competitions, and when they announce an athlete and they're nursing that hamstring they pulled back in the ball, oh, and there's that shoulder they got taped up. The ones that don't have it, like you have that, and that helps kind of like take away your nervousness of being out in front of people or performing and thinking you're gonna blow it because you're worried you're gonna rip that shoulder. Like I
Again.
competed with a hernia that popped out every time I hit my abs. My actual intestines pushed above my belly button, and I'd go like this and push it back in.
You're a weirdo.
Yep. And when I went backstage, one of the judges came back and he goes, "Do you have a hernia?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's really good." He goes, "Don't do that again. It's freaking us out. We've already placed you. Stop hitting your abs." He's like, and I did. I ended up with double hernia. I should have been in the hospital getting the one fixed, but I was 3 weeks out from a show. I already dieted. I was already ready. I'm like, I'm going.
I can't. You've already worked that hard. You might as well
So,
get something for it.
I'm like, well, get ready. And you're gonna stitch it up more. I'm ripping it all the way.
Well, for everybody that wanted to see it, we're 14 minutes deep. I just wanted to, it was worth hearing the story out. You really think if you want to go into fitness, real fitness,
Come talk to me.
where we do like first you gotta just consider it being worth it. Some of you will think, oh, I want to go talk to her. I've been here for 2 years. It hurts when you're a bitch, let alone when you're actually working.
You have to drop your ego completely. There's no ego.
I dropped a long time ago. I just cry now. I will cry twice. It's on the belly. It's on the fat ribbon. All right, everybody.
Adios,
Get
amigos.
these calves.
You got the will, I got the way.
Oh, will in the way. Red Vine sponsor
Red
us.
Vine.